Hello everyone and welcome back to another wicked gameplay episode. What are we doing today? Today we're looking at the new aircraft from Rob Wilson Designs. This is the Beechcraft B60 Duke. Now I don't think this has been out for very long, so I was planning on doing another airline episode. I know I haven't done any of those for a while, but this is a new aircraft. I thought there'd be some people within the X-Plane community who might want to look at this who haven't already spent their money on it. But I've had a couple of aircraft from Rob Wilson's creations, and yeah, I'm pretty happy with them overall. One was the Twin Otter that I featured on this channel, and also he does do an Airbus, which I don't have, and I thought there was something else, but it doesn't come to mind right now. So essentially this is the one we're going to be doing. This is an American built twin engine fixed wing aircraft that's created by Beechcraft. It has the retractable tricycle landing gear and pressurized cabin, a 2-piston engine and a turbocharged version. I believe that's correct. The two piston engines are turbocharged according to Wikipedia. So this does have two versions of the engine. The Lycoming, let me just have a little look around this while we're doing that. So it has the Lycoming engine, the 380 horsepower variant, the Royal Turbine, the PT6A 580 horsepower variant, so plenty of horsepower. What is it? High resolution 3D model, own true to life cockpit, ultra high resolution 4K textures, and full 3D interior, night lighting, optimized for both HDR and non-HDR. 5 paint schemes in 4K. Yeah, it does look pretty good, I have to admit, and the frame rates that I've checked, pretty comparable with any of the other aircraft that you might buy in X-Plane, you know, the A330 from JAR, or 757 and from Flight Factor, you know, all those aircraft. There's only I only found a few differences in FPS between each particular aircraft, and yeah, it actually seems to be pretty good. So program radios, not really sure what they mean by that. Customized Garmin 430 and 530, customized flight model using SASL for ultra realism, SASL powered sound authentic to the engine variants. So I don't know what this thing sounds like. I haven't actually flown this at all yet. This is the first time getting in this aircraft and actually having a look. But because I did feature the real air Beechcraft, the turbine version, this should be a breeze. Who am I kidding? No, it probably won't be. I haven't actually flown the even the real air one all that much. I don't think I've flown it since that actual episode. But I do have a checklist, which I'm just going to put on the screen here. It's a very straightforward checklist, and I kind of like that there's just, you know, you don't have to go digging through the checklist. But I do want to try and keep this episode not too long, so just get underway. I may even cheat. I haven't been known to do that before. Okay, so let's have a look. We've seen around the aircraft. It does look really good. That's about all I wanted to point out about that, I think. Is there anything else? I thought I might wanted to talk about something. Just check my notes here. Oh yes, that's what I wanted to do. Where are we? We're at KLDJ, which is Linden Airport, and I wanted to do this trip as this airport here is from Dr. Zwicky. I think that's the correct name. It's the New York Airports for X-Plane from Dr. Zwicky, and this has a few airports in here. So this is the New York Airports X, most complete, affordable and performance-friendly package. So it does come with a few different airports: the John F. Kennedy, Newark, LaGuardia, Teterboro, which is our destination from here, Essex County Airport, and Linden, which is where we're currently at. So I've got a feeling this may have impacted frame rates a bit, but we're getting about, with my current settings, around the 30-ish sitting at the airport here. So I didn't actually test it prior to installing it, but I'm assuming that this is having some impact, although still okay. I'd like to get around at least 30, and anything above 30 is a bonus. Anyway, let's jump in and get this show on the road. Okay, so this is the inside of the aircraft, so I thought we might have a quick look around here. You can see it's a typical Beechcraft. Looks a lot similar to the real air one, as you might expect, since they're both simulated. You can hide the yokes, which we're going to do there, and we've got the RW design cap. You can see here the engine hours here are just like, they don't change, but I guess they're not all that necessary. We've got a couple of different views set up here. So we've got my pilot and co-pilot view. I have a radio view and a kind of pilot / radio engines, and a wing view. Some left-hand switches, the bottom switches on near the left-hand side of the pedestal and the right-hand side of the pedestal, and that is it. Oh, I think I do have, yes, the fuel selectors as well. So let's try and see what we can do here to get this underway. So we've got the before starting checklist closed and secured, free to move, fuel selectors are on. So how about we just make that happen? I probably should just jump in here. So this is doing this. These look like paper stuck on there, but I guess they're not something you look at all that often. Starting propellers, unfeathered. So we're going down here, unfeathered. Now I have kind of got a slightly different setup than what I normally use. They're unfeathered. They're supposed to be forward from memory. Idle cutoff. So we can. I've got my idle, yes, they're on idle cutoff, and battery switch on. So let's do that. That's over here. Do we hear anything? Well, we got some power here on the gauges, so that's on. Master inverter or main inverter. Someone did actually tell me this on the real air, and I've already forgotten, so I apologise. They did actually point it out. I'm just trying to get this switch up. How do I can't get that back up. On. That won't come up now. I don't know. That's the master switch. So battery switch is on and avionics is supposed to be on. Ignition switch, starter switch. Can't remember where the avionics was, so we're going to leave that. We'll find it by just fudging our way through this. Engine start per engine. So battery's on, avionics on. So let's turn the battery back on. Battery's on there. I can't get this switch up. That could be a bug. I know there's a patch coming out. Fuel on, ignition switch to auto. Fuel on, fuel pump on. Ignition switch to auto. Kind of like the rockers on these, and starter on. Is that all we need to do? Starter on. Maybe we need to have this on, and then where's the starter? Left fuel. Really should have my beacon on anyway. If I stick my nav lights on, just jump outside and make sure that's all working. Good. Starter. Oh, starter's down here. That's right. Okay, so let's see what this sounds like when it's starting up. Try and rotate around here. We should have our NG gauge coming up here. Here it is, around 24. Now I haven't applied any fuel, so I'm just sort of seeing, is this just going to start up? And no, it doesn't. Or does it? Not entirely accurate. Oh, my left-hand fuel. Why is that up? That's kind of weird. I didn't think I had that up. Well, let's try again on the other side. So we've got one engine up and running. We've got to make sure our park brake's on there. Okay, let's try the other side and we'll test that theory. Fuel pump on, ignition switch auto, starter switch to on. When prop is greater than 1000, starter switch to gen off. Starter switch gen on. So we'll switch the generators on now. And I guess ignition can go to off. I guess we would repeat that for the other side. So fuel pump on. And we want to go down here. I don't know if these need to stay on. It doesn't say anything about turning them off. Fuel pump on. Ignition on. Starter on. Ah, look, it's already put my fuel up. I didn't do that. It's doing that automatically. It's kind of what's got me confused. I just did it then, so I guess it's... Wow, that's loud. Loud in my headphones. Okay, so not a super accurate starting cycle, but it will do, it'll do. I think this is what I was saying about the programmed navigation here. You know, they've got these Garmin pop-ups. Let's turn all these radios and stuff on. Turn this on to ground. I like the look of these though. They're really nice and clean. Beautiful level of detail. Now I know there was some comments about this gauge here stopping here at this 60 knots, and from at least what I read, I think Rob Wilson is actually a pilot. At least that's what I thought. I could be wrong there. And he was saying that at least the piston engine Dukes, this is normal. The real air one does actually go back to center, back to this 12 o'clock position. So I don't know if that's super accurate. It does kind of seem a bit weird there, but maybe that is how it is. So what do we got here? We got the annunciator lights here. We can test. All good. Right ignition, gen in off. Okay, so we better do that. Put this on generator. Turn off the ignition switch there. I don't know if we actually need them on all the time. Keto, store, left and right vent, we're not going to worry about that. Prop heat, no, not going to worry about that. And we're good. So what else we got? Brakes off, lights as needed. We've got, let's get our taxi light on, so we're going to taxi. I haven't picked the runway at this stage. We're not going to check any wind and all that sort of thing. Obviously we would do that if we had ATC, if we had other people. We're not going to do that in this session. Lights, flaps as needed. Let's just jump outside and have a little look at these flaps. Enunciators have been checked, instruments checked, yeah, we're good there. Yes, we did check it. Yes, I know those people out there are saying you didn't check it, but I did check it. Okay. No, I didn't, actually. Prop sync trim. We want to get our trim. We obviously set up our trim down here. And it's just got a marker somewhere. I don't know. There's 0. I'm just going to set it fairly neutral. I like to usually go maybe just go about there. That should be good. Flaps, autopilot check, trim. Set to take off range. Prop sync is off. That should be somewhere over here, I believe. Here it is. No, it's off. It was off. And pressurization set. Not to worry about that. And then yeah, that's all our before takeoff checklist. So there was a lot of voltage checks that we could have done, and that's not in these procedures. It is in the real app, but that's fine. What is actually going on with this thing? Okay. Enter. Okay, so we're going to press enter. This is not the plan we're going to be doing. We're going to follow a VOR. It's going to be a fairly straight flight. So 108.4 is the one I want to tune to. I'm going to do that now. Let's tune that in here. This would be Teterboro. And looks like we already have. Should be okay. This says we're at 600. 2992. Let's have a little look at our current position. Let's have a look at our current position here. So we're going to zoom in. And then 3034. Sky conditions 25,000 scattered, visibility 10, wind calm. So I probably don't have any wind. I mustn't have normal weather on. So let's change this. 3034, and it should be about, my elevation is around 22. It's pretty close, I guess. Okay, so we're good there, and if I was to flip this over, this will give us our direction. Okay, we're good. I'm going to get ready to taxi. We'll be back with the taxi ready to start. Okay, we're ready to taxi. I just wanted to check that it wasn't too loud. I know sometimes it can be loud when I jump out of the plane, so I just wanted to double check that the volume was okay and it wasn't going to cause any problems. So that was what I really wanted to do. You know, it's good that we have some clear audio and you can hear what I'm saying, and in some previous episodes that hasn't always been the case. Let's jump in. Just doing the throttles. Oh, not the throttles, the prop. You don't get that kind of wind down sound. Alright. Let's jump out and have a look here. Brakes. No, it doesn't come off when I normally, what I'd normally do. Let's jump in. Release the brakes. See if we can get away. Ah, now it is. Jeez, it took off like a bullet. I like the runway, or the taxiways and stuff here. It's a fairly simple airport, but like I said, this is only just one of a few. It's actually got quite a few airports, and a pretty reasonable price, actually. Look at this taxiway, though. It is narrow. Make our way down here, and I've been, thought I might mention that I have been wanting to get more flying episodes out, but work and family and all those things have been taking up a lot of time, particularly work, actually. yeah, that's been pretty challenging. By the time I get home from work and think about making something and having dinner and spending time with the family and all that good stuff, it doesn't leave a lot of time to get an episode out sometimes, and bit frustrating, but unfortunately that is life, and that's what life can be like. Also, work has been a little bit full on, say the least. I'm going to just cut through here. We're not going to check for any traffic. Obviously we would hold here and do a run up, but we're not going to do any of that. I think we might be able to get a good little takeoff going from here. Let's just check where we're at. Okie dokie, that's good. I think we're good. Let's see how we go. Props forward, mixtures rich. Everything looks good. What fuel have we got? I like these digital. This is cool, in gallons. That should be enough to get where we're going. It shouldn't take us very long, actually. This is what I originally had planned, to do like a little step by step across these airports. But we're not going to do that today. We're just going to take off and get to Teterboro. Let's see what this thing's got. I believe she has quite a bit of power. She's very smooth on the takeoff. Gotta keep my center run. That squeakiness of the wheels. Alright, we've got full power now. Oh, look at that. That is crazy. Crazy acceleration. Just come back a little bit. That is intense. Look at the speed that we got. It is insane. Yep, it's looking good. So what I might do though is, just so we can jump out and have a look at this altitude here. Hope I'm not banking, which I am. This autopilot, and we'll stick it on the nav here. And it should bank us over to the right, or left, I should say. Got some serious speed up quite quickly. And we better put our gear up. Wow, we're just accelerating. Flaps are overspeed, there you go. I oversped the flaps because I just wanted to try and get on the outside of the aircraft. We can fix that. There's a nice little feature in X-Plane that resets failures. She's a nice looking aircraft though, isn't she? Look at that. I like this livery. She's looking pretty good. Oh, we didn't have our landing lights on, so there you go. Let's just jump in there now. Put our landing lights on, even though it is a bit late, but you know, this is just about trying to do the right thing. This is Newark, I think, that we're flying over here. You can see the detail in this airport. This is one of the ones I want to take one of the Boeings or the Airbuses through. Interesting what this aircraft is doing. I think it's overspeeding. Let's just see if we're going to get altitude. Maybe that's what I hadn't done properly. So we're on nav. Altitude is armed. Just trying to see how well this thing flies. Pull back on our throttles here. Flaps are back up, aren't they? Yep, they're all the way up. So what's our altitude on right now? We're around the 3,000. I'm just trying to see how well it sits on that. But you can see here, we're just, this thing is super fast. I'm just trying to see how well it holds this speed, this altitude. It's not going to take us very long to get to Teterboro, which is just like not far at all actually. There it is right there. Interesting to see, do we have I'm wondering if we have a distance indicator on here. I like this radio stack. I really wouldn't mind playing around with this a little bit more and seeing what's actually happening there. And where are we? It looks like we've got Teterboro to our front over here. Is that it down there? Not sure actually. Let's try and see if we can get a bit of a better idea. Looks like it's off to our right, so I'm going to start to slow us down. Might remove the autopilot. And look at the speed that we're carrying. So I'm just going to slow our engines right down. This is much faster than what I originally anticipated. We'll just bank to the right here a bit. Now this joystick's a little bit sticky. Let's have a little look at where we're at. This plane is really fast. I'm really surprised actually how fast this aircraft is. I just didn't expect this to get here so quickly. So there's Teterboro there, I believe. And we're going to overspeed. Carrying quite a lot of speed already. Just pulling back on the throttle. You can see my throttles here. My thrust. Carrying quite a lot of speed and finding it pretty hard to wash off. Yep, so that definitely is Teterboro there. Try and get some speed off. And what I might do is, since I've actually oversped the flaps, I'm going to fix that and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're back. I cheated. I apologise. I know some people don't like that kind of thing. But this is just to show you the aircraft here. And it is actually late here. It's probably about midnight. And I do have to get to work tomorrow. So, fortunately, I really don't have a lot of time. I've still got to edit this and get it onto the YouTubes for you guys. Hopefully you'll find this entertaining. Wow, I just can't believe how much speed we're carrying. So I'm just trying to slow this down. Okay, so it looks like we're gear down. Let's see what that's like. Loud. Kind of losing my... Should be just here somewhere. Keeping an eye on airspeed. Oh, right in front of me. How's that? Situational awareness. Eat your heart out. I'm going to go another set of flaps. We'll line this up. Now let's just get my positioning about where I want it to be. A slight weather change. Try and line up with the runway here. Not sure what the airspeed would be for this aircraft. It's probably around the 80 knots, I'd say. Try and line up. Another set of flaps, gears down. Sticky. It's a sticky joystick. God, you guys. Terrible. Oh god. You can hear it just like jarring. So try to move that. That's so annoying. But I really don't want to use a yoke that much anymore. It just takes up too much space in the desk. So anyway, let's try and get some of this airspeed off. Oh, that was, I think that was a nose wheel landing, if I had to be quite honest. Alright, let's try the reverses and see how she is. So they're on now. I'm not using any brakes. We can hear them kicking in. Alright, so we're all good. That was super fast. Wow. Kind of got me off guard, to be honest. I didn't expect this plane to be so fast. Amazingly fast, actually. Really surprised how quick this thing. It's like way ahead of me. Yeah, and a key thing in flying, you need to be ahead of the aircraft. You can see it was way ahead of me. I got behind in the flaps, forgot my lights. Really fast aircraft. Wow, this is would be great for some longer trips. I didn't think this trip would be so quick, to be honest. You know, before I knew it, we were here. I was quite a way behind the aircraft and planning. But you get the gist of what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to show you the aircraft, and that's what this is all about. So I think it's pretty cool. There's a few things, you know, that automated startup. I think simulation, you know, having simulated system is part of the appeal of these aircraft. You know, that's kind of why we buy them. Otherwise, they're all sort of the same. So that would be my only kind of gripe. I think the modelling looks great. The inside of the aircraft looks really good. I think it looks nice. I think they've done a really good job. Definitely seem to be getting better with each aircraft. I would actually get the 330 that Rob has, but I believe it doesn't have SIDS and stars, and I already have an Airbus without SIDS and stars, so it's kind of a deal breaker for me. Here we are at Teterboro here. We're just going to park the aircraft here. Wow, that was fast, but also good because I need to get to work in the morning. And here we are. Jump inside here. Put the, I was going to put the gear down. That would not work. Push to release. I think that was insane. Park brake looked like it was on. Maybe this is powerful. Powerful enough to do that. Okay. So there we have it. I hope you've enjoyed this. It was a bit shorter than what I expected. And like I said, this aircraft was way ahead of me. I did get behind, so that's why I damaged the flaps. The airport was on top of me, so I was kind of like struggling with that landing. I nosedived it. Not great. But the aircraft, I think, at least in performance, looks, some of the systems could be improved, maybe just a little bit. But I know Rob is pretty good at getting some updates out, and he's really great on the forum, so props to him. And I think this is a great aircraft. Even the price of this is very affordable, I think, for this quality of aircraft. And definitely, if you like twins, I think this is a great aircraft. So let me know what you think in the comments, and also tell me what you want to see next for X-Plane. I'm also be doing some more FSX, but I'd like to know what you want to see. Like, do you want to see more airliners? I don't know if there's much value in me doing that, other than you like watching the airliners. If you've already seen my other stuff, you'll know that that I've already talked about the basics of how to fly those. So, but if you think I can add some more value there, let me know what you want to see, and I'll be happy to do that. Alright everyone, have a great night, and we'll see you on the next episode. Catch you later. See you then.